Hello and welcome back to Love Advice TV. I was talking to a client of mine yesterday, a young lady who was kind of devastated because her ex-partner said no to going to therapy. She wanted to go to couples counseling. She thought she had learned a lot from the breakup and that she was ready to salvage their relationship, but her significant other did not want to go with her. And so I jotted this a note down to make sure that today when I came into the studio, I would talk about that. Why do exes refuse to go to couples counseling, and what should you do? How should you approach that? And there's two main points that I want to touch on. The first one is that usually after a breakup, the breakup has happened because your partner has lost faith in your ability to make them happy. They think that it is beyond repair. And when you are pitching solutions that go against this fundamental belief that the relationship is beyond repair, they are going to feel insecure. They're going to feel threatened. They are going to feel like you don't respect their decision. And so they are going to close up. They're not going to want to even acknowledge that that could be a possibility, because it would throw shade, or it would put doubt in some way in their head. It would undermine their decision to break up or to ask for a separation or a divorce. And so a lot of times when a decision has already been made to break up or to seek divorce or some sort of separation agreement, your partner will feel like agreeing to go into counseling would only undermine their decision. And that's why I recommend not to ask an ex-partner to go to counseling with you. If you feel compelled to do so, there are other ways that you can kind of package this to them to greatly increase their chances of wanting to go with you. And I'm going to talk about this more in a second. The second point that I want to make is that men in general are insecure about everything that has to do with therapy, counseling, because men are wired to believe that they need to figure things out on their own. Men don't like to ask for help, or at least most men, and because we need to feel like we're in control, that we can figure it out. And unfortunately, because of the society that we live in, at least in the West, we feel that showing weakness, being emotional, talking about our feelings and emotion is something that is negative. And so my second point is this: men are sometimes very insecure, and their ego are very fragile. And making them feel like they can't figure it out on their own, making them feel like they need help, will oftentimes trigger a certain backlash, because we live in a society where we are told that men need to be independent. They can't show weakness, or they can't talk about their emotions. A lot of times this societal pressure forces men to not seek help even when they clearly need the help. I know, I'm a guy. And so suggesting going to therapy is basically interpreted by your man, your boyfriend, or your fiance as him not being good enough to sort out your relationship issues on his own. He sees it as a personal attack. And so going back to my earlier point, whether you're asking a partner or a boyfriend to go to counseling before a separation or afterwards, it's always best to frame it in a positive way where they are not going to feel attacked, where they're not going to feel like they are the issue, like they need to work on something, because that will create pushback. You will have a lot better chance of getting your man or your ex, if enough time has passed, of course, to go to counseling with you or to some sort of couples therapy if you present it to them, if you package it to them in the following way. The breakup, our issues have really helped open my eyes to a lot of the things that I need to work on. I realized that I have issues linked to my childhood, linked to previous relationship, or just shortcomings that I have that I really need help and support on. And so I've decided to go to therapy, and it would make me very happy if you supported me on this journey and if you went with me. It is a lot easier for your partner to digest being there in a supportive capacity rather than making them feel like they need to go to counseling just as much as you do. Why? Because it's the ego, because it's the threat of feeling like they're going to be somehow pressured into taking you back at all costs. And so if you are intelligent in the way that you package this proposition, if you are smart about the timing, making sure that you don't come off as desperate to try to solve things, but you almost empower them to help you. Once you're in there, you're going to be able to slowly but surely get them to open up and to see that they need to work on themselves too. Because the truth of the matter is that it takes two to make a relationship go, and they're going to need to evolve, to learn, to grow in order for you guys to be in a healthy relationship. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be possible. It's not all your fault. And so that's why your ex said no to counseling, because of a timing or because of a delivery, the way that you suggested this, the way that you made that proposal or that suggestion to them. I hope that this video will be helpful. If it is, like it, leave your thoughts and your comments in the comment section below. If you've successfully been able to get your partner to seek counseling or some sort of therapy as a couple, share your experience. How did you get them to get on board? And maybe you will transform someone's life halfway around the world. Thanks, as always, for supporting Love Advice TV. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for fueling our fire. Keep fighting the good fight, and see you soon for another video.